Welcome back, everybody, to Unconditional Surrender. Me, myself, and I play through the main event scenario. The game is published by GMT Games, designed by Salvatore Vasta. We left off in the middle of the Soviet operations phase with their failure to dislodge the German 18th Infantry. I started thinking about doing something else, and I'm like, no, I need to end the video and go on to the next part. So now we're into the part 2 of Soviet operations. And we're going to see if I can... 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7. But if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then I might have a chance to actually attack him again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we're going to do this. We're going to activate the first shock army. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then he's going to attack this garrison here. So he's +1 because he's elite, +1 because he's shock and fair, and +1 for the surprise attack marker that I'm sitting on, and then -1 for the river. So I'm +2 to a 0. And that costs me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 2 movement points left. And it's only +2. I don't have any more airplanes I really want to throw up there, so +2 to 0. Russians roll. 4 + 2 is a 6. Germans roll a 5. So the 4th garrison holds and says, no, not today. So I'm not doing well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. Might as well. I need to get the shocks up for the poor weather next turn. But not. To be able to help do assaults next turn in the poor weather. The question is do I want to bother? 4, 5, 6, 7. He'd only be +1. +2, -1, +1 to garrison. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Could stick an armored out there and then stick a guards behind it. No, he's gonna. Just on the off chance that I blow it up. I have to think about my northern move there. I'm not quite sure. I know these 3 guys are just going to move up to places relatively close behind, depending where the holes show up in my line. So I think we're going to do this. To activate this guy. I don't think I took one off for that shock guy. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yep. And then 2 more. So I'm down to 38. Kind of want to save the air in case I make a penetration. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, could have used it against him. I couldn't have used it against him. Oh well. Should probably gone after the garrison unit. Could have got a no enemy zone of control. Maybe moved 1 space to there. Isolated. Okay, just babbling. So I'm going to go ahead and throw an airplane here. So I'm going after this guy first. That cost me 3 movement points, so I have 7 left. I start off at +1 because I'm elite, and then I'm throwing an arrow, so I'm +2 and then -1. So it's +2 to a 0. How important is it that I get across this river? I think it's really important. I'll throw a tanks marker too. Be +4. Really trying to beat up that garrison. So +4 to 0. Russians roll. 3 + 4 is a 9, so I'm guaranteed of retreating him. No, 3 + 4 is a 7. Am I 4? Why am I 4? I should be 5. 1 for elite, 2 for tanks, 2 for aircraft. That's a +5, -1 for the river. That's right. So I rolled a 3, +4 is a 7. And the Germans roll a 1. Ooh, that's not good. Nope, that's a DD, and this is a garrison unit, so it goes poof. so it just comes off. Or doesn't lose any willpower for it. This goes on the turn track. But that does give me options, because now I have, I don't know where I put the other one. There's a no enemy zone of control here. And I have 7 movement points left. So I can move 1. And attack for 2 that way. Boy, what a quandary. Trying to kill German units. The best way to kill German units is to surround them, even if he's not isolated. And then attack back here. So that's 1 movement point. Then attack for 3. He's at 2, and I'm going to be -1, so I'm going to have to throw in at least an airplane to be even. Yeah, I think this is worth it. Okay, so I'm +1 because I'm sitting there. And I'm going to throw in an aircraft. And then I'm -1 for the city. And he's +2 because he's German. So it's +2 to +2. And that cost me 3 movement points. And what do I get? Russian draw. 2 plus 5 is a 7. So I rolled a 5 and got +2. So I have 7. German draw. Oh my goodness. A 1. 1 plus 2 is a 3. 7 to a 3 is a DR, right? 7 to a 3 is a DR, but that means that the German cannot retreat. So he has to flip. So I'm going to go ahead and spend my last 3 here. The German's now defending at a 0. And I'm going to use another airplane. And be the +2 to 0 this time. See if I can take him out. 2 plus 2 is a 4. And he rolled a 3. So I didn't take him out. But I did do a number on him. Oh boy. Well, if I can push this first away, then this guy will be able to attack him at isolated, so I'll get him. So we're going to use this guy. He's going to attack here. The first, that's another 2 will points. So 2 production points. Let's see, the Germans are +2 because they're German. I am +1 because I'm elite, +2 because I'm armor, -1 for the mountains. Let's go ahead and throw the airplane. So I'm +4 to +2. Russian draw. A 1, of course. German draw. A 2. 1 plus 4 is 5. 2 plus 2 is 4. Nothing happens. That cost me 3 movement points, which means I would have had... Oh, God. Wish there was a way to quickly reset that. 7, so down to 4 now. Do it again. Using up the airplane. I don't push him out of here. I'm screwed up. +4 to +2. 2 plus 4 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5. Just enough to hold me up. Oh, in for a penny, in for a pound. It's just, he can't retreat to there, so it's my last chance to try and make Budapest be isolated. I'm going to go ahead and use up the airplane. +4 to +2. 3 plus 4 is only a 7. I rolled a 6. So I couldn't move him. To save my life. Very annoying. So this is only going to be a +2 to 0 attack across the river. into Budapest. And it's going to cost me 4 movement points to do it, so I'm only going to get to do it twice. This is very bad. Alright, well, that's all we got. So, well, I'm not even +2. I'm +1. I'm a +1. +1 for elite, +2 for armor, -1 for thru, -1 for the city. And he's a 0. And I only get to attack twice. So, +1 to 0. Russians roll. A 1 + 1 is a 2. Germans roll. 3. 2 to a 3 is a diamond, so they didn't AS me. That cost me 4 movement points, so now I'm down to 2 to do it again. At +1 to 0. 5 + 1 is a 6. And they rolled me a 1. Finally, I got him to roll a 1. So that guy's going to... He has an illegal retreat route, so he has to go Kaputsk into the box here. Loses a will point for that. Doesn't lose anything for the city. If I take it, I have a no enemy zone of control. Let's see, I spent 2, 4. 2 sets of 4 to get in there. Right? I have like 1 tank's worker left. This would be a no enemy zone of control, technically. But with only 2 movement points, where can I go that makes a difference? Well, I could go here so that the 10th can't try and run around behind me and steal stuff. Then I can move the 10th guards into here to keep the line intact. Wow. Not sure what to move forward here. Sir. You know, since I can do it, I am going to go 1, 2. I'm going to activate this guy. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Attacking at -1 to +2 is not a good idea. -9. Could attack once at +2 to +2 again. But somehow I think running around behind him is going to be more effective. He's threatening to just step across the... see, I'm not across the Danube. That's what bothers me. He's going to be able to use these mountains in the Danube to defend in the poor weather. So, do I need to bring down another guards unit just to be safe? Because if I do get a breakthrough, then I'm going to need to run. Just trying to figure out where I'm going to need the extra units. Yeah, I think I can do this. I'm going to move this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8-9 with an armor tank army, or I could move the guards unit 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. I'm going to need it up there, so I'm not going to attack here. This guards unit's going to activate. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 8, 9, 10. Attack at +2 to +2 with my tanks army. Try and get him to retreat. Oh boy, do I go there or do I just try to kill his garrisons? See, the other thing I'm thinking of is if I can kill his garrisons, there'll be less of those wimpy things for me to face in June and July when I can possibly get like real will points. That's a real quandary for me. Just don't know which one to attack. I can attack the garrison at +2 to 0. Because I can throw my last, where's my tanks card? So I still have a tanks marker down here. So I could throw the tanks marker. And I can attack the 15th at +2 to +2. That hasn't been going well for me. Just trying to get a retreat out of him. Or I could attack the garrison at +2 to 0 and then push this guy across. Bring someone up to support him from behind. And then he might end up losing a step being in the front. But then I can probably take out enough spaces to get across the rivers. I think I'm going to get across the Warta, though, in June. Just don't see me getting enough there. Yuck, 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 yuck. This is not good. All right, blah, 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 blah. Well, we're going to throw the tanks marker, that's for sure. And +2 to 0, so I can be there, and then he can attack me that way. We're going to go after the 15th. We're going to try for luck. Not probably going to get it, but I end up in a net of +2 because I'm +1 for elite, +2 for the tanks marker, -1 for the river. And he's German, so he's +2. So it's +2 to +2. And the Russians roll. 1 + 2 is a 3. Germans can't be retreated. And if I had gone after the 0 guy, he rolled a 3 as well, so I wouldn't have gotten either hex with that die roll. You roll a 1, you're not taking anything. So that takes care of that part. See, I have a couple more guys to... let's go ahead and resolve this assault, just because I can. So he's 1 for being elite. And then I have 2 shock armies. So each shock army adds +2 in fair weather. So that's... he's +4 because he's German. And he's armor. So it's +2 for a shock, +2 for a shock. Instead of attacking the 1st, I should attack the 9th. Because I can have him isolated. Oh well, dumb. I'm going to go ahead and throw an airplane in. So it's another +2. +7. And now I could throw the heavy artillery, but I'm going to get another one next turn, and I think I'm going to want to be able to use 2 of them, like either in a wave assault in the poor weather, or something along those lines, or maybe 2 of them side by side to try and push things back across rivers. So I'm not going to commit an extra 2 from that. So I'm only +7. +7 to +4. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I'm plus 7, minus 1 for the city. So I'm plus 6 to plus 4. And these splits haven't been working well for me. Russians roll 3 plus 6 is a 9. That's horrible. Germans roll 6 plus 4 is a 10. 9 to a 10 is a diamond, so nothing happened. What you do about nothing? So let's zoom out 1. I'll put these back up here, where there might be something useful for people next turn. And then the Russian army has a couple more moves. 2, 1, 2, come on. This guards army. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guards army. I have no idea where to put it. I guess I get across the Vistula. Here. The shock army. 2 shock there, 2 shock there. Might need 1 in the middle. Just gotta get closer to the front, that's all I know. See, I'm screwed up here no matter what I do for running away, so I'm going to put that there. And then I have another tanks unit out here. It'll activate. There's 1 for the shock and 2 for this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll just kind of... yeah, just put them there. Okay, one quick. I'm going to go back through and count. I moved everything, so... except for the guys up in Finland. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. 37 from 58. So there's 7, 10, 20, 30. I still have 21 left. I only need 17. But it's poor weather up here in the north, and I don't have anything to attack them with, so it's pointless. Pointless endeavor. Yep, that's going to be the Soviet turn. As far as I can tell, everybody's got 1, 2 back to the rail lines. All back down rail lines. 1, 2. Everybody can get to a rail line. So, yeah. That's the Russian turn. Everything's in supply for the Russians. And that. So that's operations phase. Nobody has a no supply phase. Replacements for the Axis. I don't think they have anything flipped on the Eastern Front. Things just died mostly. I think I have an infantry unit here. So I'm going to flip him over. My big quandary is in the West because they just literally blew my entire front to pieces. And all I've got is a handful of garrisons. A couple of real infantry. So the Western allies are going to be the ones that win World War II here, so the Russians. Concentrated so much with the Germans on stopping the Russians that I didn't have enough to stop the Americans. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to roll for my airdrop. If I roll a 1 or 2, I get it back. I rolled a 2. It'll be back in July. So I'll get to be able to use it again if I last that long. And this technically ended up on this over here. It's dumb. But that's where it goes, so. Okay, and what was it doing? Oh, replacements for the Germans. So that's one. Their national will. They've got 3. I don't have any. These aren't real infantry, are they? They're all garrisons. These are the strategic move mark. Nobody's flipped. They don't have any flipped units to flip over. I only have 3 units to build. So I can bring up an aircraft. Well, boy howdy, what do? Any aircraft I pick up is probably going to get stomped down, so is there an aircraft that I can use with some kind of an assault? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Four, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. So that would be 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'd have to go 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 3, because it costs 4 to attack that hex. So I can attack with 3 infantry. A tanks marker. 2 plus 2. Huh. I'm thinking maybe. I'm going to do Leipzig. Because it reaches. It doesn't really reach in the east. But it does give me a chance to possibly launch a suicide assault on Frankfurt, which is the whole turn in June, along with moving stuff to try and hold on to everything else I have. This is going to be very, very bad. I'm down to 9 will points, huh? You know, I might not survive the poor weather in June, the way things are going. This is not good. Alright, so that's I did an airplane, so. Germans are done the west. And my alarm's going to go off here, but we're going to go ahead and finish this up. We're going to run a little long. So in the west, so it runs a little bit over, but in the west for replacements, let's do the Americans. Okay, I did all the American airplanes, and all but this convoy. Then we'll just start on the British down here. That's 6. That's 3 more. So that was 3. 6 more. 6. 3 here. And then 3 and 4. So 7 more. 2, 3, and then 4. So down to 6. That's about as good as it gets for the British. That's my Western Soviets. Where is he? There he is. He gets flipped for 2. 1, 2. And then 10 and 5. Oh, hello. 15. That's all my airplanes. So. Okay. And then we get to nobody has an upgrade. Mobilization Axis is the only one that can do anything. Spend their last 3 to bring on their 3 infantry here. And then we go Where do we put them? Can't put them too close to the front because they'll just die. We'll put 1 in Stettin. Let's put 1 in Stettin, and then the other 2 have to go over here to the west, right? I think we have to put 1 maybe in Hanover. And maybe 1 in... which is more threatened? Leipzig? Or the Northern Canal Zone? Put them in Kiel. See, those things, unfortunately, are very fragile. Actually, I think I'm going to put this guy in Leipzig. Kiel. Okay. Because those infantry units that are flipped over like that, they only have 1 step and they cost me a will point, so I can't really put them in the front line. So I'm going to be moving some garrisons up here to try and slow down an assault on Bremen and maybe, push on Hanover. That's the best I can do. Okay, nobody else has anything else to mobilize, right? Double check. Nope, nobody's got anything out there. So, nobody's talking, we're still fighting. I haven't conquered Germany yet, although I'm getting close. And so we go to end of turn phase. So turn track and defection card. The Germans get a ton. Don't get a ton, actually. They just get a little. Hello, they get a little bit. Dang, I'm going to come apart, does it? Just wants me to stay online with you guys that much longer, I guess. So I do have that heavy artillery, so I could possibly take back Frankfurt. That's my thought with the Germans. The Russians are just like, they're going to assault to get as close as they can to being able to win it in July when they will use their other surprise attack marker. The U.S. has no surprise attack markers. They have 2 of them. Then there's a heavy artillery for the Russians. Oh, joy of joys. We both get an extra factory for the last 2 turns. So the British are up to 9 Lend-Lease. Russians are up to 8. So I think the Russians will be at 59 points now, and the British will be at 40. Not like it matters much. They can't use up all their points as it is. And the game will end before we see those again, so we can just get rid of those off the track. And all that goes into June. And we know what the weather's going to be in June. It's going to be opposite of what it was this turn. Oh, end of turn. The Germans get to move down. Oh, this is what I need to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 dead units, or no, 8. 8 units that count, as far as morale goes. 8 units that count. So it's 8 morale. And then they took Dusseldorf, which is 9-10. They took Frankfurt, which is 11-12. And they took Danzig, which is 13-14. And I started at 23. Just want to make sure I got this right. Started at 23, lost 14, so I have 9 will points left. Unfortunately, I have to make 9 will points last for 2 turns. And I just don't think I'm going to make it through July. I might hang on in June, but when the U.S. gets 2 surprise attack markers in July, heck, they may even use one here in the fall to try and bust through and mess with me. So I don't think the Germans are going to hang on. I lost just a few too many units in Russia when I was doing my retreat. So, that is the Soviet second part of their operations phase and the end of turn phase. Sorry I went over, but I figured rather than having a 10-minute video of just me moving things around, just go ahead and show you everything else that happens at the end of turn phase. I'm Dren608. If you like my videos, please subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. We're coming to near the end of this particular series of Wargame episodes. We will return with June 1945. Until then, bye-bye.